Hi friends, in this video we are going to discuss an important concept under economics, monetary policy. Many students were asking for subject videos regarding IAS examination. Please note, already I have made many subject videos for many subjects like polity, economy, international relations and so on. I always give the links of important subject videos in the description of my videos. So even in this video I have given the links in the description. So kindly go to the description box and watch these subject videos. Okay, now monetary policy. Often you might have heard this term in the news. Monetary policy, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, MPC trying to control the inflation, tinkering with the key interest rates, repo, reverse repo and so on. Now what is this policy? First of all, let's see what monetary means. Only then you will understand the meaning of monetary policy. Monetary refers to money supply in an economy. In any country, within the economy, always there will be money supply, any amount of money supply. Okay. Only when there is money supply in the economy, people will get access to the money. Okay. So the ease at which people access money, it's called liquidity. So more money supply, better liquidity. When people access money, when businesses accesses money, naturally it means the country is growing because the people will use the money to spend on goods and services. They will invest, they will buy land, businesses will invest, they will buy lands. As a result, the economy will grow, the GDP will grow. Now whenever the money supply and liquidity increases, another phenomenon also emerges. It's called inflation. Whenever the money supply increases, automatically the value of money will decrease and the value of goods and services will increase. The reason is that when everybody gets access to money, everybody will try to buy goods and services. Okay, there will be demand for goods and services. As a result, the price of goods and services will increase. As a result, the corresponding value of money will decrease. Okay, so this is called inflation. Inflation per se is healthy because it is an indicator of the growth of the economy. So whenever a country is growing, definitely there will be some amount of inflation. So a minimal amount, an optimal amount of inflation is good for the economy. Like I said, only when people access money, there will be demand, the economy will grow. But when inflation reaches a certain stage, it is not good for the economy, it is detrimental. Okay, so when inflation reaches a specific limit and crosses that, then people will find it difficult to buy goods and services. There will be a shortage of goods and services, especially essential goods and services. When the value of money decreases, imports will get costlier. As a result, the production process in the country will get affected. Unemployment may arise. Okay, and the overall economic growth will also get affected. So inflation has to be kept in check. Like I said, to a certain level it is healthy, after a certain level it is unhealthy. So it is a duty of a state, of a country, to keep the inflation levels in check. This is done through the policy called monetary policy. So monetary policy is a framework, it is an objective, it is a vision, it is a mission through which inflation is kept in check. So when inflation is kept in check, automatically there will be price stability. So people will be able to access essential goods and services, essential services like health, education and so on. Naturally, the economy will keep running. Okay, the GDP will increase. At the same time, we can ensure proper employment. Okay, so overall, the aim of a monetary policy to keep inflation in check. Okay, that is checking the liquidity, ensure price stability, ensure adequate employment for the masses, and ultimately ensure stable and continuous economic growth rate, that is GDP growth rate. So this is called monetary policy. Monetary policy generally is the responsibility of a central bank of the country. So central bank of the country is a bank that regulates the entire banking system. We have the Federal Reserve, we have the Reserve Bank of India, RBI in India. So the central bank generally is given the responsibility to handle this duty. Reserve Bank Act 1934 specifically gives the mandate to RBI to regulate the money supply in the country. So monetary policy is given in the hands of Reserve Bank of India in our country, that is RBI. With consultation from government, RBI will work in achieving this goal. There is a body called MPC, Monetary Policy Committee. This is a group containing members from both government as well as RBI. Okay, so this MPC is a specific body that handles monetary policy in our country. Okay, the government through MPC actually targets inflation in the country. So they go for inflation targeting. Inflation target is nothing but keeping a target for inflation, ensuring that inflation does not cross this target. This process is called inflation targeting. So both Government of India and RBI are working under this body called MPC to achieve this. Okay, so this MPC was specifically formulated 5 years ago. Every 5 years they will fix the inflation target. The last target was fixed 5 years ago. Okay, the target right now is 4% inflation. 2% is the flexible limit or the leeway given, which means it can range from 2% lower limit to 6% higher limit, but optimal inflation range should be 4 in India. Okay, certain rates, okay, they are generally changed in order to regulate inflation. Okay, so these tools are called monetary instruments. MPC generally uses these instruments to keep inflation in check in India. The main policy tool is a repo rate. So repo rate is the rate at which other banks in India lend from the Reserve Bank of India. When repo rate is low, then banks can lend at lower rates from RBI and in turn can lend at lower rates to people and business. So as a result, what happened is that the liquidity will increase because interest rate will be less. More people will try to borrow, which in turn will lead to inflation. When the repo rates are increased, the reverse happens. Banks will be forced to lend at higher rates from RBI. In turn, they can lend at higher rates only to people and businesses. As a result, the money supply will reduce in the economy, just thereby reducing inflation. In order to reduce inflation, we will have to reduce the money supply and reduce liquidity. Okay, very simple. Increase money supply, liquidity, more inflation. Reduce money supply, liquidity, less inflation. Simple as that. Okay. Apart from repo, other monetary instruments like reverse repo, SLR, CRR, open market operations, OMOs, these are also used by the MPCs to keep inflation under check. Monetary policy broadly can be divided into two types. One is accommodative policy and the other is restrictive policy. Accommodative policy, also called expansionary monetary policy. In this, the central bank will generally try to increase liquidity or just keep the key interest rates as it is. The reason is they want to increase the liquidity and in turn increase the demand in the economy. automatically this will lead to higher economic growth rates, that is GDP growth rate. So such a policy is called accommodative policy. Generally, such a policy will be used in times of recession when the economic growth rates are less. So to revive the economy, to tap the economy, they will encourage liquidity into the system. The second form is called restrictive policy or contraction policy. Under this policy, they will try to reduce the liquidity in order to reduce inflation. Generally, the second type is used whenever the inflation rates are high. So to bring down the inflation and to ensure stable and long-term growth, they will reduce the liquidity into the system. Generally, in this case, they will increase the key rates. As a result, automatically the money supply will decrease, liquidity will decrease, inflation will also decrease. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Thank you.